Joining me this morning to talk about the start of the spring 2025 semester, which gets underway tomorrow on this Martin Luther King Day. Dr. Toni Hopper Pendergrass, the president of San Juan College, is here with me for what's become a tradition. Thank you again for coming in and talking with me about the semester.
Absolutely. My pleasure, Scott.
It's great to have you here, and a lot of things, as usual, are going on here at San Juan College, and a lot of things to share with the community about what the college is preparing for the spring semester and other projects that are ongoing and maybe in the works. And so we'll talk a little bit about all those things this morning. First of all, I always ask you about enrollment because I know that's a big important number, and not every college is experiencing enrollment like San Juan College. And so what are the numbers that you're seeing as we get ready to start the spring semester in 2025?
Well, currently we think we're hitting our goal for enrollment, and currently it's up about 2 to 2.5%. So we're really excited about that we're fortunate to have enrollment increases, and our employees are doing a great job recruiting and retaining our students here at the college.
And compared to other colleges in the state or in the region, are we about on target like they are, or are we doing better with growing enrollment and other places are steady? Do you hear anything from your peers?
Well, the Secretary of Higher Education has indicated that since our Opportunity Scholarship has been implemented here in the state, that most colleges are experiencing enrollment gains. So we're really happy about that and fortunate that our legislature and governor have appropriated funds to help any citizen of New Mexico that is interested in earning a bachelor's degree. Their tuition and fees will be paid for them. Actually, there's a group called Wallet Hub that ranked the state of New Mexico, the community colleges, as the #2 system in the nation based on the Opportunity Scholarship and then also the tremendous support we receive from our legislature from non-tuition revenue sources, and a large portion of that is our state appropriation. And then also in the state we're very good at securing grant funding, so that also helped us with this ranking. But San Juan College is ranked, I think, 15th in the nation according to Wallet Hub. This is a group that helps people improve their credit scores, but I think we're I think we're number 7 for cost and financing. So that's something our Board of Trustees and all of us at the college work very hard on, is keeping our tuition low.
Right. And so that speaks to me about affordability, I guess, compared
Exactly.
to other places around the state and around the country then.
Absolutely.
Got you. Well, congratulations. And as you mentioned, that 2.52% is right about on the goal of what the college was planning for and expecting an enrollment growth then?
Yes, that is exactly what our goal is.
Got you. And I know because a number of folks may remember the crazy years of double-digit growth, and that's sometimes hard to manage even though it's a positive thing.
Right, and that we know that they call it the enrollment cliff that we will hit in a few years here in our nation, where the birth rate is lower. So the high school, there will be less high school graduates. So we're pleased that we're still having enrollment growth, but we're planning also for that in the future, perhaps.
Gotcha. Okay. Very good. The other issue I want to talk about with enrollment certainly comes the new option for students who don't want to maybe commute to class, but to actually live here on campus. The brand new, I still call it brand new, student housing here on campus, and it's still pretty full, and you're pleased with those numbers?
Absolutely. So this year we're full. We have 150 beds. So last semester we were full, and we had 50 individuals on the waiting list. And these are individuals that just didn't, that have completed all the application process, not just people that have indicated interest. They've actually been through the entire process. So we're actually working with the Board of Trustees and our Executive Vice President, Edward Desplas, and our Senior Director of the Fiscal Plant and our Vice President of Student Services, Boomer Appleman, to really look at the options out there for perhaps a phase 2 and to determine if that's feasible or not.
Got you. That would be another 150-bed facility, do you think, or is that still also up for conversation?
Well, when we originally conducted the study with a third party, they indicated that we should have 300 beds here at San Juan College based on their comprehensive work. But it just depends on how we structure the funding.
Sure, understood. And but I know it's exciting. I know when I toured the facility, they were talking about that it was built with the option of maybe having that phase two and be kind of another cohesive building on the campus, I guess, and be not too far away from phase one.
Yes, absolutely. We've looked at a couple of spots that are very close to the current structure.
Gotcha. Very exciting. So those conversations are, I guess, ongoing. Any thoughts on a timeline for that, or just to kind of see how the economy goes and how funding goes and things like that?
Right. We just need to look at the current construction costs and financing opportunities.
Got you. I guess if you had 150 folks on that waiting list, it might be an easier decision to make
Exactly.
to break the ground. So,
Exactly.
but with 50, you kind of got to watch where you step.
Right, and since our pandemic, the cost of construction has increased dramatically,
Right.
minimum of double.
I bet. That's true. That's also something to keep in mind. So, but exciting to know that there are 150 students who now get to live on campus and just can roll out of bed and get to class or go to the HHPC or any other place on campus to have their student lifestyle, I guess, here on campus now.
Yes, we're very fortunate to have an extremely beautiful facility.
Right. Very, very true. Next, I wanted to ask you a bit about some opportunities for employers in the community, and the Career Center here at San Juan College does a really good job, I think, of talking to our students and who want to maybe find employment off campus and in the community, and they provide a great pool of, I guess, potential employees for local businesses.
Yes, we're extremely fortunate to have funding from the state of New Mexico to fund these internships and apprenticeships. So, regarding the listeners out there, if anyone is need of workers or employees, please contact our Career Center that's led by Jill Bishop and Tanda McComb. And they can, we actually have funding to pay the employees or interns up to 29 hours per week. And we will have this funding, we think, if we do a good job stewarding it for 3 years. So
Nice.
We are working with a lot of employers already, and we thank them for partnering with the college, and we would encourage anyone that is seeking employees to partner with us. And we have the funding to actually pay for the work that they're doing at your business.
Very cool. And so I guess for some businesses, they could maybe bring on a student as an intern and have them paid for by San Juan College, working for that employer for 29 hours a week or so, maybe train them, and then maybe have them to become maybe a full-time employee if their need arose once the internship is completed.
Yes, and the Career Center does a lot of the legwork as well. The employer can let us know what they're looking for. They can solicit the applications, screen the applicants, and then bring you, so to speak, finalist for the employer's consideration.
Got it. Very interesting. And the other part of that would be, too, I guess, if an employee in the community is looking for a full-time employee, they could contact the college, and maybe some of our students who have graduated or looking for full-time employment might fit the bill, too.
Absolutely. We want to be the first choice. Anytime you have a vacancy, we would request that you would call the college so we can help fill your employment needs. We already work with several employers that always call us once they have a vacancy, and we try and help them get a person in that position as soon as possible.
Nice. Very good. Well, that's important, too. And I know the Career Center does a great job of reaching out to our students and seeing who's available and what they're looking for, too, to match them up the way you described.
Right, and they might want to consider starting with an intern because it's kind of a 90-day interview, or the internships can go on longer than that, but then they can really kind of, so to speak, try before you buy.
Right. Very true. And it's the college paying for that intern
Right.
while they're trying it and then seeing how it goes. So
Exactly.
a win-win, I think.
Absolutely.
So very, very good. There's another program that the college has been really ramping up, which is for displaced workers and folks that maybe had worked in the power plant industry or other impacted industries here in the area that maybe are going through a career change, and there's money available for coming back to school and paying for a lot of some of those expenses, correct?
Yes, so we all know that due to the closure of the San Juan generating station, that we had about 1,500 employees that were displaced or laid off. And through the Energy Transition Act funding, the college was able to secure some of this funding to help with education or retraining of these workers. And it pays for more than just tuition
Right.
and fees. It also provides stipends to individuals up to $2,000 a month as a monthly living stipend. And these programs can extend for up to 18 months, pay for all your books and supplies, childcare, transportation costs, your food, or other necessary costs while you're completing your education here. And we have a ton of programs at the college, over 140 certificates and degrees. So we would encourage you, if you have been displaced or know someone that's been displaced, to please contact our Career Center, Jill or Tanda. And if you go onto our website, you can just search either Energy Transition Act or Displaced Worker Funding, and that a web page will come up and give you next steps.
Gotcha. Very good. And again, that's pretty generous, right, for folks that are maybe looking at making a change and weren't sure what to do, but did work in that industry for a number of years, and now these funds are available, and the college stands ready to help these individuals.
Yes, and we have several programs at the college that within even a very short time they can earn significant earnings. So that will help.
Right, very true. And again, we can share that phone number for the Career Center here. It's 505-566-3423. Or as you mentioned, go onto the website, sanjuancollege.edu, and you can connect to them that way as well.
Yes.
Lots of different ways to do that. Very, very good. Oh, you're reminding me that it's tax season, Dr. Pendergrass. So I guess we have help for that too, don't we?
Yes, we actually have year-round tax help, but of course all of us think about it during tax season. But if anyone needs assistance with their taxes, whether it's the prior year, if they need to do a tax amendment, we have assistance for anyone doing their taxes. And it's at our Quality Center for Business, and they actually have walk-ins on every Wednesday from 11 to 2, or you can schedule an appointment. Or you can go to our West Campus and receive tax help. So we just encourage anyone, this is all free of charge. We have a grant, but we would encourage anyone that needs some tax help to please contact us.
Gotcha. And again, to be clear, it doesn't have to be for this current year. It could be something that has bubbled up from years past or last year, and they want some clarification or maybe guidance on what to do, and that would be something that they can go talk to one of these tax professionals about.
Yes, absolutely.
Very good. Both here on the main campus and, as you mentioned, our location in Kirtland to make it convenient for folks. So that is good to know. Next on our list to talk about this morning is the pickleball tournament, which is put on by the San Juan College Foundation to raise money for that organization, which provides a number of great scholarships and other opportunities for our students. But apparently everybody tells me pickleball is a new thing, right? It's very popular.
I've played about 3 times.
Have you?
I love
Good
it.
for you.
Yeah, it's really fun. This is something that I actually had mentioned to our San Juan College Foundation is, why don't we maybe have a pickleball tournament? And so this will be our, I think, fourth pickleball.
Fourth one, okay.
The first year we hosted 2, one in January, one in September. Last year they had one in January. So now this will be our third or fourth pickleball tournament, and it's January 24th through 26th, so a Friday through a Sunday this month. And we would encourage anyone that's interested to please participate. I think it's $25 to register and then $25 per event. But the first night on Friday, they'll just have a very fun social what they call an open play mixer with a raffle and a silent auction. And then Saturday they will have a men's and women's doubles, which is a round robin, and then Sunday a mixed doubles round robin. So if you're interested in participating in pickleball, it's a great fundraiser for the San Juan College Foundation. Please contact Leanne Magnuson, who is the pickleball tournament director. Her phone number is 505-566-3522. And there's information on our website about this as well, but it's a wonderful fundraiser, and we work with several individuals in the community that are kind of pickleball fanatics to
Right.
prepare for this tournament.
Very cool. Well, and again, it's been growing, I think, each of the last 3 times you've had the tournament, and so that just shows the popularity of pickleball in the
Yes,
region.
I think
So
they had well over 100 people register the last time.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Are you going to be out there, Dr. Pendergrass?
I will be there.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll be playing. It would
Okay.
definitely be in the beginner
Right.
league, but
But
we'll
that,
see.
But it's for all abilities, I think, right? I mean,
Yes,
they have categories
beginner,
for everybody.
intermediate, advanced. I think the first year we hosted it, they didn't have anyone sign up in the beginner category, which was a shocker to me. But
Right. Interesting. But it's
that might be an easy bracket to win.
easy trophy. You never know. That's true. I see your strategy. Okay. I see where you're going
But I think
with
the
that.
second year they had several.
Okay. It's growing for sure, but that's exciting. And again, that's coming up here at the end of this month, the pickleball tournament. So people can get signed up and get going. Next up, I want to ask you about the health center. We have a health center on campus, but they are building a new permanent health center, and that will be opening soon. There'll be an official grand opening maybe sometime in the coming weeks.
Yes, we think it will be in probably mid-February. Last year we had the groundbreaking actually on Valentine's Day, and a year later we're getting ready to open it. So it's exactly 1 year. But as you mentioned, we've had a temporary location for the last couple years with a nurse practitioner, and this is to help anyone with their physical or mental health needs. We also have 24/7 teletherapy for any student, regardless if they're just here for lifelong learning or they're a San Juan College high school student. We provide 24/7 mental health assistance. And we'd really like to thank several individuals and groups that have supported this health center. We know it's a very important issue nationally, at the state level, and in our community. Our local legislative delegation dedicated $1.1 million for the construction of our current health center, and at the federal level, Congresswoman Teresa Ledger Fernandez provided $1.1 million to the college. So we had a total of $2.2 million for this health center, and we're just so excited that it's available to our community. It's located, it's kind of a bump out addition in front of our Health and Human Performance Center. And our local legislative delegation has also provided $100,000 to pay for our 24/7 mental health support that is a recurring funding that we're so appreciative of as well.
Nice. Very good. And again, from our previous conversation of having these 150 students on campus 24/7, having access to a health center is really important. I mean, that kind of goes hand in hand with having that on-campus population now, too.
Yes, and we try and keep the costs really low for our students. So if you're a student, it's $20 a semester, and that's a fee that they agreed to charge themselves, all students, so that they can access. But you know, that's really less than the cost of a copay.
Right. Very true. And you're right. That was a fee that students voted themselves to say, yes, I'm willing to pay that for access to this semester.
Nurse practitioner
Right.
and mental health counselors, what we call LPCs.
Right. Very exciting. And so I guess stay tuned, everyone, and watch for news about the official ribbon cutting for the permanent location of the San Juan College Health Center.
Yes.
On campus. So that'll be exciting coming up in the next few weeks. Also coming up in the next few weeks, actually, is the Four Corners Conference for Professional Development. We had a program about that just last week, talking a little bit about the resurrection, they're calling it, of the Four Corners Conference after being away for a couple of years. But this is a really exciting conference to be able to send both men and women to kind of brush up on our skills. And this year's theme is really interesting to, I think, to both of us, because they're talking about artificial intelligence, which is also a topic here at San Juan College.
Yes, so we're excited to partner with community members in the county on this conference. I think it was our CEO of the county, I heard Mike Stark's idea to have it on artificial intelligence. So it is February 27th. The cost is $110, which includes lunch and refreshments, which is, in my opinion, very reasonable. And we will have experts that we're partnering with from New Mexico State University. We'll also have an expert here from San Juan College, John Fisher, who's leading several of our artificial intelligence policy efforts here at the college. And if you participate in this conference, you will receive a discounted rate on earning a micro badge to indicate that you have received and are certified in the foundations of artificial intelligence. So we're really excited. Some of the topics here are a demo of writing and AI assistance, how it's used in Microsoft Office applications, personal health care, policies and ethical issues, hands-on discovery, and how you can use it in your personal and professional life. So we think this will be really interesting for individuals across the gamut.
Right, I think so. And you and I were talking about this before we came on the air this morning about how AI is already kind of being used by some people, but it seems to be in more and more products. I know my new cell phone has AI abilities to help me craft a text message or an email or things like that. And as you mentioned, Microsoft Office and some of the other products do have some AI capabilities built in as well.
Yes, and I was mentioning to Scott before this broadcast that I was at a Farmington Chamber of Commerce meeting last week, and I was talking about this conference, and one of the individuals indicated that he had heard that it will be so transformational to our society. You know, I'm a member of the Gen X generation, and computers totally transformed how we work and live. They said that he indicated that AI will be so transformative to our current generation as well, just as transformative as computers were to us.
Right, I think so too. And I think the more we understand about it, the more comfortable we'll be with some of these new things that are about to come upon us.
Yes, we must embrace it and use it as a tool.
Right. Very true. And again, as you mentioned, there's a lot of work being done here. Mr. Fisher, for one, doing a lot of stuff about, talking about policies and how the college will adapt to this AI technology too, as students maybe want to use it as well.
Yes.
For good things. Only good students. Okay.
Right.
There's a new program here too that the college is offering to students, a heavy equipment operator program.
Yes. We received an appropriation from our local legislative delegation this year to implement and buy equipment for a heavy equipment operator program. We actually received $775,000, and we've partnered with many entities throughout the community so that we could launch this program in September. It's a 12-week program so that individuals can learn how to operate heavy equipment. One of the things that we were really excited about is we had 64 people on our waiting list when we started this program, our first cohort of this program. So we would encourage anyone that's interested. This is being offered through our School of Energy, our transportation program, and Rory Truby is our transportation director. So please go to our website or just contact the college if you're interested in enrolling in this program. And we do have funding from the state to help offset some of these costs if you're eligible.
Okay, very, very good. So you're telling me if I was one of those kids that had a bunch of Tonka trucks in my sandbox growing up, this may be the career path for me.
Yes,
Got
absolutely.
It. Very good to learn how to operate those really heavy pieces of equipment. And the other topic that I wanted to ask you about too is this other designation that the college has received as a National Center of Academic Excellence in Cyber Defense from the NSA.
Right. So this is part of our cybersecurity program that we have here at the college, and we were awarded this from the NSA, and we're the first and only community college in the state to receive this designation, and it's through our associate's degree in information technology with the specialization in cybersecurity, and we're so excited to receive this designation, the college will be eligible for more funding, but we would encourage anyone that's interested in this. Our Dean, Murdoch Maloney, and our professor, Dr. Cameron Cooper, helped lead this effort, and it's something we've been working towards for several years. And it really helps. It shows that we are part of the effort to reduce cybersecurity threats at the national level.
Right.
And any job in cybersecurity we know has a 0% unemployment rate. So anyone that wants to work in this field will have that opportunity if they pursue these degrees.
Right. I would think that this is a growth area for careers for folks who are wanting to get into it. We talked earlier about the money available for retraining and for displaced workers from the energy industry. And so if someone was looking for something maybe with some growth and other potentially high wages, this sounds like a fit maybe for those folks. Perhaps.
Absolutely, and we have an agreement with New Mexico Tech. I know that they have a bachelor's degree in this as well, and they are the center of excellence in the state. So students could take courses here and then transfer to New Mexico Tech. And the fact that we have this designation makes them highly employable.
Right, I would think so.
And this might be something that they can work remotely based on the demand for these positions, so they could still live here in our community and work in this space.
Right, very true. It's amazing, some of the remote things that are available these days. So that's another amazing topic. So very, very good. We're almost out of time, Dr. Pendergrass, but I wanted to ask you, too, about a big event that happens here every March. It seems like, is it every 8th grader in the county that comes to San Juan College to kind of explore careers and pathways and learn about different jobs in the community?
Yes, absolutely. We have close to 1,700 8th graders that come to the college, and they work with the different middle schools throughout our county, and students take it's a short 6-question survey about their interests, and it will tell them, a couple pathways. We have, of the 140 different certificates and degrees that we have here at the college, we've placed those into 7 pathways that students can explore. And they'll get to explore a couple of their top 2 during that day. And then we also partner with our employers here in the county. And we've had employers come from all over the state. Last year we had a couple employers from Santa Fe that were here. But they meet with the students, we feed the students lunch, and they talk to the employers about those careers. And it's a really fun event. There's a lot of hands-on activities, but it's to help students think about what careers they might be interested in and have some experience with them. And then so we are hopeful that they will take dual credit classes, which are free, and they receive free books, and earn high school and college credit simultaneously, so they're that much closer to their career option when they graduate from high school.
What a great opportunity. And so the key word I heard you say was free for mom and dad to maybe be listening. So free books, free tuition, and dual credit for both high school and then college credit.
Yes.
So very, very good. And that event is a 2-day event coming up in March the 27th and 28th. So at the end of March, folks will be here.
Right, after spring break.
Very, very good. Seems like it'll be here before we know it, because off we go.
It's right around the corner.
That's very true. Well, Dr. Pendergrass, we are just about out of time talking about the things going on here at San Juan College. The spring semester starts in earnest tomorrow. And again, as you mentioned, enrollment seemed to be up to 2.5% this semester.
Yes.
Congratulations. A lot of hard work by a lot of folks.
Group effort by all of our employees.
Very good. Well, great to have you here as always. Thank you for your support, and have a great semester.
Thank you, Scott.
Good to see you.
You
Dr.
too.
Toni Hopper Pendergrass, my guest on KSJE.